And there we go. Vaughn Gittin Jr. out of the gate. Let's see how we go in that first rear clipping zone. Nice shot. Matt Field drops into formation. Vaughn Gittin Jr. great angle. Field diving in about that second hash mark into the second rear clipping zone. Hitting it and quitting it. Using all the course. Vaughn Gittin Jr. hitting that signature three-wheel motion into that third rear clipping zone. Matt Field right there in the mix, tucking into that smoke trail, knocking over that front clip. Great way to start the top 16. Here we go. And here comes Matt Field in that first rear clipping zone, filling it up, both the drivers. Field, great degree of angle, some wavering there, but tightens it up. Second rear clipping zone, great angle there from Field. Vaughn Gittin Jr. diving in. Field, surging attack, and Vaughn Gittin Jr. spins out. You have to assume they're gonna slide him left. Matt Field and Vaughn Gittin Jr., and there it is. Matt Field takes out Vaughn Gittin Jr. Daiyo Shihara has really progressed over the years. When he won his championship, he was behind the wheel of a V8-powered S13. Daiyo Shihara very fast, ripping through the course. You know, we saw him on the podium in Atlanta. He wants to get back on the box. Here we go. Daiyo Shihara, a quick little flick into that first rear clipping zone. Using all the course, trying to tighten up. You see Forrest Wang throw some more angle at it in the chase position. Kissing that yellow box. Forrest Wang foregoing that second rear clipping zone, but gaining that proximity to get to the door of Daiyo Shihara. Then Daiyo Shihara slingshots out of that final rear clipping zone. Wang will be out front. Yoshihara will give chase. The cars have cooled down considerably too, so let's see how they throw down here. This is the second half of this battle. Forrest Wang initiated into that first rear clipping zone. Daiyo Shihara just on the edge of it. Big angle from Wang, his signature style coming in. Can he get to the outside clipping zone? He does. Daiyo Shihara looming in the smoke. Oh, and Daiyo Shihara way off course. Daiyo Shihara potentially handing the victory here to Forrest Wang, but now gets up close and personal. Nice job there, but Ryan's at too little, too late. Slide him left for Wang, and there it is. Forrest Wang gets the win. Look, fairly equally matched. Ken Gucci, new engine. Remember, in the top 32, he just had to advance through the course and have a bye run in order to get the win, and he did that on 5, or I think 4 cylinders even. Here we go, Ken Gucci out front, Christos Blues in the chase. Gucci initiates. Look at that, big angle. Christoph right there. Has the proximity, like Seymour angle. Both of them getting out to the outside zone. Christoph is right there. Gucci out to the outer zone. Christoph's going even deeper than Gucci, but throws him off his game. A wide swing by Blues. As Gucci ready, Nexen tires, SR by Toyota 86. And here comes Blues out front. Look at that, almost identical. Blues, kind of a wide swing around that first front clip. Barely gets to that second outer zone. Gucci on the attack. Blues deep into that final rear clipping zone, taking out that front clip. Man, these guys are really gunning for it. Slide him left for Blues, right for Gucci. Ryan says one more time, and Brian, one more time. They're going at it again, and it's unanimous, a one more time battle. You can see the red lights illuminating right in between the cars. When they extinguish, they're allowed to leave. The chase car is allowed to jump the light. Obviously, lead car is not. Here we go, Odie. All the way out to the edge of the course as Michael Essa gets into it. What do we have here? Let's take a look at it again, already out of the gate. And speaking of Odie, there he is. You can see him. The fender no longer covering that front right corner. And here comes Essa and Bakshis. Essa at fault after the first run. We'll replay that run as Essa initiates. Odie giving himself a bit of distance. Essa into that second rear clipping zone. Bakshis in the smoke, tucking in, navigating through it. That smoke signal is getting thick, especially Achilles, some of the smokiest tires out there as well. Let's make it official. Slide him right for Bakshis, left for Essa. And there it is. Odie Bakshis gets the win. We are ready to, you can see the light extinguish, and away they go. Ryan Tuerck out front. Honadale giving chase into that first rear clipping zone. Tuerck initiates. Honadale right there. Look at Honadale in the mix as Ryan Tuerck brings into that second rear clipping zone, putting down a solid run. Honadale not getting all the way out to that second rear clipping zone, firing off for both the cars. Ryan Tuerck, look at Honadale on the door of Ryan Tuerck. Make some noise for Tuerck and Honadale. Run 1 was incredible. 1-1. Run one was incredible. So Honadale's now out front. Ryan Tuerck gonna give chase. Honadale called that competition time out. You wonder if he's running 100% as he gets off course there. Ryan Tuerck chasing him down to that second rear clipping zone, some separation. Ryan Tuerck now way off course, losing some parts, and navigating through is Honadale. We have the verdict here, but that affect the outcome here, throwing off Tuerck, and no, there it is. Alec Honadale gets the victory, taking out Ryan Tuerck. A solid chase run, unfortunately, with Ryan Tuerck's mistakes going off course. Ken Gushi will lead. Christos Blues will give chase through the start chicane. And in that first rear clipping zone, boom. Ken Gushi initiates, Blues right there. Past that first front clip. Out to that second outer zone. Blues does not get out there. A big correction there from Blues. Not the big angle that we saw from Blues on the first run, but still brings it all the way home. And there the start line is illuminating and extinguishing. Gushi just barely inching off the line, which is allowed for the chase vehicle. Blues going in, flick, back at it again. That's what we saw on that first run from Gushi. Identical, similar timing there on initiation. Blues standing on throttle. You hear him shifting a little bit into that final rear clipping zone. Gushi trying to close the door, just make it definitive. Man, these guys are seeing a marshmallow cloud. Christos Blues in the HGK Motorsports. And there's a one more time. And Brian and Andy, Brian says Christos Blues, and Andy says Christos Blues gets the win. Well, this should be a fun one to watch. We are seeing Tyler McCory and Mad Mike Woodette. Tyler McCory will lead. Mad Mike Woodette will give chase. We got the Mobil 1 Camaro on Falcon tires and the Red Bull MX-5 of Mad Mike. Tyler McCory using all of the course, really getting wide out there on that first turn. Mad Mike Woodette keeps his composure, but then, oh, look at that, talking about, and then he just unfortunately loses it. Potentially getting lost in the smoke for Mad Mike Woodette. Ryan Wayne, that run out there, you know, Tyler McCory had that wide, as you said, unusual line. And Mad Mike Woodette getting smoke blind. Woodette initiating into that first rear clipping zone. Tyler McCory dropping into formation. Woodette taking that tighter line that is prescribed. Into the second rear clipping zone, ripping through no man's land. Fluttering it into that final rear clipping zone is Mad Mike. And McCory brings it around. Look at the flames shooting out of the hood. And are we gonna see another one more time? Okay, Brian says Woodette, and Andy says one more time. All right, Tyler McCory will lead. Mad Mike Woodette will be giving chase. See how they navigate this. Remember, McCory, an unusual run there on his lead run. But now McCory out front, initiates. A lot of smoke looming here. Oh, McCory, look at Woodette striking with vengeance. Around that first clip, McCory getting all the way out to that clipping zone. Mad Mike Woodette, a big correction there. Coming into that rear clipping zone of Mad Mike Woodette. And McCory getting into it around that final clip. Rubbing his race and makes some noise. Texas Motor Speedway. Mad Mike Woodette will be leading. Tyler McCory giving chase. Woodette initiating into that first rear clipping zone. Tyler McCory, he's gonna apply the pressure. Can he bring it? Can he fight back? He's doing all he can right now. Woodette firing on all ankles. Whoa, Tyler McCory using all the course. Into that rear clipping zone goes Woodette. McCory shallowing up as Woodette, he makes a quick bobble there across that final front clip. So Woodette and McCory going to the judges. Mad Mike Woodette gets the win unanimously. Mad Mike Woodette gets the win and advances on to the Great Eight. And the lights are on, and now they're off. Here we go, send it. The Norwegian Hammer out front is Rockstar Energy Drink, TC. Stoneback chasing him. The Hankook tire shroud of 370Z. Stone Cold Stoneback is right there on the door of your defending champion. Losing some ground is Stoneback, cutting through the smoke. Navigating, I gotta say, better than anybody else has through that power alley. Great chase job by Stoneback. Some of the best driving, to be quite honest, I've seen from him this year.
The pressure's really on Osbo right now. He needs to stick to Stoneback all the way around this track. He can't let him get away at all.
Well, he's one of the best in the biz. He had multiple podiums. He's podiumed this year. He's in the mix. He's in championship contention. A faint entry there from Stoneback. And there it is, Osbo right there on the door. You asked and you delivered. As Stoneback gets out to that second outside zone, transitioning through the power alley. Tighten it up to the front clip. Into that final rear clipping zone goes Stoneback. Super deep using all of the course. Back at it again. Woo! Going to the judges, Ryan says Frederick Osbo. Brian says, one more time, and Andy says, one more time. They are going at it again. Justin Pollock versus Chris Forsberg. Ryan, we've talked about this, and here it is. Our current FD points leader. He just saw a vehicle that he operates, Jeff Stoneback, go against Osbo, our defending champion and championship contender this year. What is Forsberg going to do out front as Justin Pollock is chasing him down to that first rear clipping zone? Justin Pollock right there on the door of Forsberg, wrapping around that first front clip, trying to get out to that second rear clipping zone. Forsberg does that. Justin Pollock dancing on the edge of the course. Forsberg flying into that third rear clipping zone. Pollock falling back, and a correction there by Pollock as Forsberg takes out that final front clip, but he was blazing a trail. And keep this in mind, we've seen different driving styles from Pollock. You know, in his last battle, he put it down against Gooden multiple times. How is Chris Forsberg going to navigate this? Pollock, he's going to drop it down out front. Here we go, that Rouse Performance Ford Mustang coming around that first front clip. Pollock into the, oh, and a big straightening there by Forsberg. Forsberg now with a big correction down that power alley into that final rear clipping zone. Forsberg shallowing up into that final front clip. A big mistake there by Chris Forsberg. Here we go, the judges have dictated who moves on, or they're going one more time again. And there it is, Ryan says one more time. Brian says one more time, and it's unanimous. Back at it again. Damn, Osbo back at it again with the Stone Cold Stoneback. Here we go, Osbo out front. Stoneback giving chase, a feint entry there from, look at that, Stoneback back on the door of that TC. The TC lighting up the next end tires into that second rear clipping zone. Can Stoneback zero in on that Rockstar TC once again? And he does. Pulling away a little bit as Osbo. Phenomenal. Stoneback will lead Osbo. One more battle after this in the top 16 to forge our grade 8. Ryan, we have some great battles that are going to unfold in the grade 8 from what we've already seen. Make some noise, Texas. Here we go. Stoneback. Osbo is Stoneback going to take down the Norwegian Hammer, your defending champion and championship contender. Osbo's right there, door to door with Stoneback. Transitioning out of that second rear clipping zone. Osbo zeroing in. Osbo making his presence felt here in Texas. Stoneback and Osbo, mano y mano. Woo! Make some noise. Stoneback or Osbo, are they going one more time? Do you agree or disagree? Here we go. Ryan says Frederick Osbo. Brian says Frederick Osbo, and it's unanimous. Osbo gets the victory and advances on, taking out Stoneback. There's a lot of lights. I mean, you're coming down that no man's land, the power alley right now. It's smoke alley. So these guys are getting their headlights and the spotlights placed on them in more ways than one. Forsberg will lead. Justin Pollock will give chase. Our final battle of the top 16 to forge the grade 8. Forsberg out front. And Forsberg initiates. Was there a flag? I don't think there was. As Chris Forsberg continues through the course, Justin Pollock is slowing down through the course. Forsberg ripping through into that. And it seems that Justin Pollock.
Yeah, Justin's having a mechanical issue. Listen to it.
Oh, no. Oh, man. An obvious issue here for Justin Pollock. Find out from his spotter. He lost fuel. Leaves the start line. Sputtering, fuel cutoff.
Big disappointment there. Obviously a big hill to climb now. He is in the lead position, so Forsberg does have to press him. Here we go with the run number 2.
Yeah, definitely nothing's not just handed over here as Justin Pollock will put down a lead run strongly, and he does just that. Justin Pollock wrapping around that first front clip, that aggressive style as Chris Forsberg cuts through the smoke. And a mistake there by Forsberg, straightening out and then bringing it into that final rear clipping zone and wrapping it around. Ryan, not a flawless run from Forsberg there. He's going to go against Osbo in the grade 8. That's huge right there. Let's make it official. Chris Forsberg gets the win and advances on. Our grade 8 is shaped up. Here we go. Rotiforms on the corners. Falcon tires surrounding them. Force Wang out front. Field giving chase. How are these gentlemen going to do? Two definite young guns of the sport. Look at that Force Wang. Big angle. Matt Field right there. into that second rear clipping zone. Both of them cutting through the smoke. Well done, well played by Field into that final rear clip. Forrest maxing out that angle. And there it is. So here we go. Matt Field will lead Forrest Wang giving chase into that first rear clipping zone. Field, great degree of angle. Forrest Wang needs to gain that proximity a bit more. And Field ripping into that power alley. Forrest Wang compromises some of the angle, gaining some speed. Matt Field getting loose. Loosey-goosey into that final rear clipping zone. Aggressive driving by both these guys. Round of applause for these two gentlemen, Field and Wang, who's moving on to the final four. And it's Matt Field, 777, strikes gold. And here we go, Odi Bakshis out front, Christoph Blues in that HGK Motorsports Achilles Radial BMW giving chase. Odi initiates, turns on the smoke machine, wraps around that front clip. Christoph shortening up into that second rear clipping zone, wrapping around that front clip into that third and final rear clipping zone and around the final. Blues will now lead. That precision, that now seems to be a buzzword. Aggressive, precision, and the smoke signal. Kristaps out front. Nice, identical initiation by both these guys. Kristaps into the front clip. See, do they get out to that second zone? Yes, they do. Odi having to cut through the smoke. Nice angle from Kristaps. Some wavering into that final rear clipping zone and bring it on home. Do we have a decision? Who's moving on to the final four? Who's going against Matt Field? Blues or Bakshis? Ryan says Bakshis. Brian says one more time, and Andy says Christos Blues. They're going one more time. I believe it should be Hanadel with his bye run. Hanadel on the start line. Unfortunately, we saw the interview with Laurette Nickel and Mad Mike Wadette, and Mad Mike Wadette seemed absolutely gutted. So you could see actually back there in the background, you can see the MX-5. The Rad Bull is definitely the sad bull right now, as Alec Hanadel, Padoodle, one light on. As Alec around that first front clip, this is his bye run. As he rounds out the course. Getting a little solo practice run here for him. He'll advance on. He goes against the winner of Osbo and Forsberg. The red lights illuminate and extinguish. Osbo leads, Forsberg gives chase. Could this define who's gonna be our next champion in 2016? Rolling into that first rear clipping zone. Osbo throws it in. Forsberg right there on the door. Osbo wraps around that first front clip. How is he gonna navigate this smoke signal? Osbo pulls out of it. Big angle from Osbo. Here comes Forsberg. Osbo into that final rear clipping zone. Osbo puts it in there. Forsberg wraps it around the final clip. Pretty equally matched.
It's amazing what's become a standard run now. You know,
Right.
everything's set
that's
so
what I was
high.
like. I mean, we just saw Blues and Bakshis. You're
Yeah.
like, it was good.
Yeah.
But what we've seen tonight has been spectacular. Forsberg initiates into that first rear clipping zone, tapping the brakes. Osbo's right there on the door of Forsberg. You asked for it, and here it is. Forsberg into that second rear clipping zone, navigating through the power alley. Here comes Forsberg into that final rear clipping zone. Forsberg going all the way out there. Osbo just a bit short of that rear clipping zone. Both of them just nudging that final clip. Forsberg and Osbo going to the judges. One more time from Brian. What does Andy Jens say? And they're going one more time. Here we go. Odi out front. Kristaps giving chase into that first rear clipping zone. Kristaps crawling into it is Odi and Kristaps nosing in around that first clip. And here comes Bakshis in that second. See him tapping the brakes. Kristaps massaging his way with that BMW into that final rear clipping zone. You see some shimming there from Kristaps. All right, taking a look at the qualifying results as well. That dictates who gets the final podium spot. Here we go. As Kristaps initiates. Here comes Odi. Kristaps around that front clip. Not getting all the way deep in that second rear clipping zone. Odi, big separation here. Kristaps throwing it in. Gangster into that rear clipping zone. Put an exclamation point on a great run there from Kristaps. Left for Blues, right for Bakshis. Kristaps Blues gets the win. Kristaps gets the win and advances on to the finals. Osbo will lead. Forsberg will give chase. The first portion of this one more time battle. Osbo initiates into that first rear clipping zone. Forsberg trying to close the gap around that first front clip, taking it out. Into the second rear clipping zone. Goes Osbo. Forsberg zeroing in. Osbo wrapping it in. Forsberg shallowing up. Way shallow on that final rear clipping zone as Forsberg wraps it around. A lot at stake here. Forsberg, he's going to be out front. Osbo giving chase. Forsberg's going to do exactly what he needs to do. And he's praying that Osbo behind him potentially makes some mistakes as Forsberg pulls it into that first front clip, into the second rear clipping zone. Osbo bringing it into that front clip. Osbo, a big mistake by Osbo. Osbo, a major correction there by Osbo, and Forsberg brings it around. Slide him left for Forsberg, right for Osbo. Is it unanimous? Are they going one more time? And it's unanimous. Chris Forsberg gets the win. Forsberg gets the win and takes out your defending champion and also championship contender. As we are ready to see them go at it. They've gone against each other before. Kristaps got his first podium in Orlando. Can he back it up again? The winner's going to the finals. Here we go. Matt Field throwing it in. Kristaps Blues, two very aggressive drivers. Kristaps taking a very wide line. Unfamiliar territory for Blues as Blues all over the course, re-entering on the course, and looks like Matt Field is going to have a major advantage here. Here we go. Here's the continuation, the other half of this battle here in the Blackview Final Four. Who in his car is connected? Oh, look at this. Quickly, Kristaps, big angle. Matt Field needs to make it an active chase as Kristaps gets out to that second rear clipping zone. Stays out of the smoke as Field, whoa, Field dancing with the devil as Kristaps brings it around. And it looks like no major mistake, especially by comparison to Kristaps' major one on that first portion. You have to Sloom, and there it is. Matt Field's going to the finals. Here we go. Chris Forsberg initiates into that first rear clipping zone. Honadale right there as Forsberg brings it into that second rear clipping zone, transitioning in. Honadale right in the mix. Taking out that front clip into that final rear clipping zone. There's Forsberg. And bringing around that final clip. Great chase job there by Honadale. Who's going to put on the best show right now? Alec Honadale will lead. Chris Forsberg will give chase into that first rear clipping zone. Honadale initiates. Honadale angled out right now. Huge angle from Honadale. Forsberg taking out that front clip into that second rear clipping zone. Honadale ripping out of the whoa! Honadale going off course. And Forsberg continues through it. And Honadale, we saw this yesterday in practice. If he gets the loss, he's still on third place, and let's make it official. Chris Forsberg's going to the finals. It's Field and Forsberg in the finals. Alec Honadale, with, unfortunately, that loss, will still hold on to that final podium spot. Here we go. Stomp your feet, Texas. And around the world, the finals are here. The AutoZone Showdown, presented by Blackmagic. And this is Formula Drift, presented by Blackview Dash Cameras. Chris Forsberg wraps around that first clip, taking it out. Matt Field right there, tapping the brakes into that second rear clipping zone. Matt Field straightens up. Forsberg around that second front clip into the final rear clipping zone. Both of them doing a good job of filling it and bringing it on home across the finish line. Send it! Matt Field out front. Chris Forsberg giving chase. Field initiating into that first rear clipping zone. Forsberg closing the door and banging doors. And there it is, Forsberg pushes too hard as Field. Can Field keep it together? He's got to keep it where the rubber meets the road and take his first ever Formula Drift win. Wrapping it around that final clip. Make some noise for Matt Field and Chris the Force Forsberg. Third place here at Texas Motor Speedway is Alec Honadale. Alec Honadale grabbing third place. And now your winner here at the AutoZone Showdown, brought to you by Blackmagic, round 7. Only one more round to find out who will be our 2016 Formula Drift champion, presented by Blackview Dash Cameras. Your winner here at Texas Motor Speedway is Matt Field. Matt Field gets the win, his first ever Formula Drift win for the Falcon Tires Lucas Oil Casino Matrix. S14.5 gets his win, first ever here in Texas. He's congratulated by his team, and that means second place here at the AutoZone Showdown, brought to you by Black Magic. Round 7 of the Formula Drift Championship, presented by Blackview Dash Cameras. Second place goes to Chris the Force Forsberg.